All right, let's be honest here. In today's football world, you can spend big and still get busted. Or spend even bigger and somehow walk away clean. How does that make any sense? We've all seen it. Clubs dropping millions on superstar transfers. People obsess over the price tag. Oh, wow, £100 million for that guy? But the real financial red flag isn't always the transfer fee. It's the wages and contract length that really mess with a club's books. And that's where financial fair play, or FFP, comes in. But here's the twist. Is it really fair? Or just a fancy shield for the rich and powerful? Let's rewind to 2009. UEFA did a massive financial audit across Europe and found that over half the clubs were losing money. Like, not small losses. £1.6 billion in a single year. That's insane. So UEFA stepped in and said, okay, enough's enough. We need rules to stop clubs from blowing cash like drunken sailors. That's how FFP was born. The idea is simple. Protect football from financial collapse by forcing clubs to live within their means. And yeah, on paper, that's noble. But in practice, things get messy. There are two big rule books here. UEFA's Financial Sustainability, FS Rules, the Premier League's Profit and Sustainability Rules, PSR. UEFA says, spend no more than 70% of your revenue on wages, transfers, and agent fees. Clubs can lose up to $60 million over 3 years. But only if owners chip in with their own cash. Everything must be paid on time and made public. Premier League says you can lose up to £105 million over 3 years, but only fiend millions of that can come from owner investment. So yeah, there's wiggle room, but it's still pretty tight. Unless, of course, you know how to bend the rules. Take Everton. In November 2023, the Premier League said, you've lost £124.5 million, so that's over the limit. Boom. They got hit with a 10-point deduction, later reduced to 6. Now, that was during COVID, so there was a little mercy. But still, it showed that the league was finally enforcing these rules. If you violate FFP, here's what could happen, from mild to brutal. Warning, fine, squad size limits, ban from UEFA tournaments, transfer bans, disqualification from competitions, even relegation. Now let's talk about the real elephant in the room. Chelsea. 6 transfer windows, over £1 billion spent. No punishment, no scandal, just vibes. So, Bo, how the heck did they pull that off? Simple. Long-term contracts. Take Moises Caicedo. They signed him for £100 million, but on an 8-year deal. That means the transfer fee gets amortized across 8 years. £12.5 million per year on the books. Add his wage of about £8 million a year. And Chelsea's total cost for Caicedo this season is just £20.5 million. That's peanuts compared to what Bayern is spending on Harry Kane. Let's break this down. Harry Kane, £100 fee, £400K week A, 21.5 year in wages. Total yearly cost, around £46.5 million. Caicedo, £100 fee, 8 years, 150 a week. Total yearly cost, here $20.5 million. So on paper, Caicedo looks more expensive. But financially, he's a bargain. That's why Chelsea's not in trouble. They're not dumb. They're playing chess while everyone else is still stuck on checkers. Meanwhile, Manchester City only spent around £400 million in 3 years. Way less than Chelsea. And yet they're under investigation for 50 FFP violations. But the charges against City aren't just about spending, they're about allegedly lying, misreporting sponsorship deals, inflating revenue, and not cooperating with the league. There's even a hacker who threatened to leak financial documents unless the owners paid up. Yeah, it's like an episode of Billions, but with more footballs. Let's talk wages. The real FFP killer. Chelsea was top 3 earners. Aaron, £63 million a year. Man City's top 3 earners. £86 million a year dig deeper, and City's full squad wages dwarf Chelsea's. That's a ticking time bomb for their financial health. Even with trophies and prize money, that kind of payroll isn't sustainable unless you got oil money or a magician in accounting. Let's be real. FFP was meant to protect clubs from going bankrupt, but what it's become is a filter. It lets the rich clubs get richer as long as they follow the right paperwork. If you're big, have legacy, and know how to work the system, you're good. If you're smaller or mess up a form, boom, you're out. So next time someone says that transfer was crazy expensive, ask them, yeah, but what's the wage? What's the contract length? What's the real cost? In the end, football isn't just a game. It's a financial war zone. And financial fair play? Well, it's less about fairness and more about how good your club's lawyers and accountants are. So hit that like button, smash subscribe, and if you're still here, congrats. You now understand the hidden economy behind modern football. And hey, if you think your club's broke, just remember, they probably spent $80 million last summer on a guy who sits on the bench. See ya in the next one.